Right, hey guys, how are we doing? Back another video from 6, and we are checking out Darth Vader versus Obito. That's an interesting one. I originally was like, Obito, he's got camo, there's no way Darth Vader can do anything. But then a mad thought that probably not going to do with that, before I went to bed last night, was, I remembered that moment where Darth Vader grabbed some guy through a screen that was in a completely different area. So if he's able to do that, is he able to like negate around the camo disappearing and still be able to like force affect it in some way? I have no idea. I'm not the power scaler here. That was just a random thought I had before going to bed. So this is Darth Vader versus Obito. I think Obito's got this, but I think the Force has got this weird.
Darth Vader and Uchiha are both fallen heroes of their respective franchises.
They are.
Who unfortunately turned to the dark side. In Vader's case, literally and figuratively in Obito's. But who would win between these two almost god-tier combatants? This fight and interaction as a whole can become really interesting, not only because of each man's power level, but the extreme similarities in their character arcs as well.
They are very similar, I like that, yeah.
And their extreme differences. Vader is without a doubt the face of his franchise, with arguably the best character design in history.
Ever,
considering
so sick.
his breathing is distinguishable.
Yeah.
While Obito sort of lacks in this area, he's still an incredibly important character to the Naruto franchise. As you all probably know, when stepping into the area of Crossverse, there's no real way to link these characters.
Yeah, it's very difficult, isn't it?
Who they've beaten. So using feats is the best way to determine who is stronger.
Yeah, they haven't fought anyone themselves.
Calcs in this video, although I will try to avoid it. But calcs, when they're done the correct way, are the best form of determining the power of a
Seth's really good at calculating stuff though for his stuff.
Characters to people they may be stronger than, who may also have performed an impressive feat, and apply it to that character.
Yeah, that's fair.
We could also apply multipliers to their power if they are able to be applied, or maybe get a higher speed or AP number. I'm going to be covering Vader as he is portrayed in Disney canon or the current canon, and leaving out any Legends content. We'll go over post-suit Vader, meaning after the events of Revenge of the Sith. And for Obito, I'll talk about him in every form, from Yellow Mask to when he became the Jubijin Cherokee. Aside from Jubito, any other form of Obito's AP will be completely irrelevant due to some things I'll cover later in the Obito section of the video. I want to go ahead and say before the inevitable comments that yes, if you use the movies alone, there are not really that many impressive feats for Vader to compare to Obito. And he'd likely get speed blitzed just due to that. So to make it a fair fight, I'm going to be using canon novels and comics to get a better understanding of Vader.
He's done a hell of a lot more in those, hasn't he?
Talking about how the two power systems interact is fairly weird, considering how fundamentally different they are, where chakra is something you have inside of you and is unique to your own person.
Well, the Force, something you manipulate around you.
It also matters how you use it to amplify your specific stats. The Force is sort of just everywhere, and rather than having more Force than another person, you can have a stronger connection to the Force, which can be influenced by a number of things on top of your midichlorian count.
Yeah,
for the sake of fairness and having both characters have access to their entire kit, we'll say that the Force is literally everywhere, like in the Star Wars verse. And any chakra-based attacks, or arguably so, attacks like Genjutsu would work on Vader if Obito decides to use it. But before I get directly into the scaling either of the characters, let's go over their extreme similarities. If I want to get right into the power scaling though, I'll have my editor put a timestamp on the screen for where you should skip to.
Now let's get into this. Let's like, they are very similar.
Star Wars, you've probably gotten the idea in your head that Obito and Anakin Skywalker or Darth Vader have extremely similar stories. I'm not the first person to point this out, and I definitely won't be the last person to point it out. But if you haven't seen Star Wars, since I know the majority of my subscribers are Naruto fans, the best way to convey how similar these two characters are would just be to tell you their stories at the same time. Obviously, in a fairly brief manner, I like this.
This is cool.
Who would actually win between these two fallen heroes. As children, Obito and Anakin are not really similar in any way. Obito is a dunce in the Uchiha clan who barely lives up to the name of his elite clan. He's just a very nice boy who likes to help out the elderly and has a crush on Ren. Meanwhile, Anakin as a child was born into slavery, and as the chosen one meant to bring balance to the Force with a higher midichlorian count than any Jedi before him. So you can kind of see from there, we have sort of a zero versus hero situation, with the zero obviously being Kid Obito. That, however, is just in terms of origin. They're not similar. You could say that they both have fairly tough childhoods, while Anakin growing up being a child slave until the time
both swayed to the dark side of their respective verses.
Obito was a child soldier, and on his last day in the war, half of his body was crushed. Where they really start to descent into darkness in Obito's case, and the turn to the dark side in Vader's case. Both are thrown into the side of evil because of their love interest. For Obito, it's obviously because he saw the death of Rin in Kakashi's hand. This is also a lot harder for Obito than a lot of people know. He had to see this twice. Obito and Kakashi have sort of a vision link at times. Obito can see what Kakashi sees, and as you see here, Obito gets a POV shot of Kakashi stabbing Rin through the chest before he even gets there. And then obviously, due to Rin's death, he wants to create a world where that didn't happen. So he takes on another personality, that being Madara, and becomes a terrorist to fulfill his goals. And somewhere along the way, Obito became a genuinely evil person. Anakin, on the other hand, started getting visions of his wife Padme dying, the same way that he got visions of his mother dying before her death. And in order to prevent it from happening, he takes on his alternate personality, Darth Vader. Both of these two eventually end up fighting their masters. In Vader's case is Obi-Wan, which leads to how these two are similar in another way, which I'll mention in a bit. And in Obito's case is
Minato.
You could even take this as far as Obito fighting Madara, who taught him as well, and Anakin killing Palpatine.
That's a good similarity.
But I think the Obi-Wan and Minato comparison is where it's left best at. Anyway, Obi-Wan gets the better of Anakin in their duel and cuts off all of his remaining organic limbs and leaves him with only a cybernetic arm, meaning he needed to be rebuilt by his dark side master Palpatine.
And Obito was crushed, and look at that.
Zetsu and Hashirama cells by Madara. Both of these masters also promised their students something in return for joining the dark side, obviously tempting them into joining. Palpatine promised Anakin that they together could
I love this. The similarities are brilliant.
The same way Darth Plagueis did before him. However, this turned out to just be a complete lie. However, Madara, on the other hand, did tell Obito the truth. He was going to create a dream world where Rin would still be alive. As the last thing to mention before getting into the versus battle, both of these characters end up becoming heroes again in the end, and sacrificing themselves so the main character can live. For Anakin, this was fulfilling his prophecy as the chosen one by bringing balance to the Force, and for Obito,
down the Death Star.
To help out after everything went wrong due to his actions. Both of these characters are phenomenal in their own right, and personally are two of my favorite fictional characters of all time. And the amount
there's just so much story and character and going on both of them.
Because they are also similar in one last final way, and that is that they are both extremely powerful. Starting things off with Obito, most of his scaling is fairly simple due to a number of factors. This mainly being his Mangekyo Sharingan ability, Kamui. This ability is
what I want to know, how Vader gets around.
The most deadly jutsu in Obito's arsenal. With this jutsu, Obito can not only teleport and phase through solid matter to avoid all damage, he can do so passively so long as his Mangekyo Sharingan is active, as stated in Data Book 4, which reads, the right eye even unconsciously makes a body part slip through by transferring it. And on top of this, he's able to take the people he's making physical contact with into a separate dimension that has no canon name. Obito and Kakashi just refer to it as their time-space. Fans commonly refer to it as the Kamui dimension. We'll put a pin on that part of the video now and just leave it as Obito's first win condition if he's able to pull this off on Vader. Now to get on to the latest jutsu, and there are a few.
I like this funny bit thrown in at the end to see cool.
Obito to teleport using this technique, he has to suck himself into the Kamui dimension, which would force him to materialize. The way this was exploited in the battle with Konan was that Konan had paper bombs all around him, so if he materialized, one would just attach to him, and this could be analogous to Vader and his ability to use the Force, since the Force is everywhere throughout the universe. If Obito were to materialize, Vader could sense it via the Force and capitalize during the slow startup speed. But of course, for something like that to be plausible, we'd have to go into the respective speed scaling for each character, which we will do just a little bit later. Another weakness of Kamui is that there is a 5-minute time limit on how long he can be intangible, although this weakness has been exploited by any of his opponents. Obito's speed is obviously something that needs to be scaled for him.
It's easy to forget these things. I've only read the manga twice.
It's not all too natural or in character for Obito to just have his MS active during a fight. Although admittedly, a lot of times we see Obito engage with someone in a combat scenario, his eye is covered up by a mask, as stated in Data Book 3, that he intentionally hides the fact that he even has a Sharingan from other members of the Akatsuki. Now this could also potentially mean that Obito covers his eye and constantly has his MS on in case of oncoming attacks.
Yeah.
and just goes throughout the world off sensory alone. Think of it like Gojo from Jujutsu.
Oh, okay.
Though this is just speculation, and I will admit nothing concretely points to that, and there is only one piece of evidence you can use to support someone even being able to do that.
It's real.
His Madara without his eyes prior to Sage Mode seemed to have complete awareness
Of everything around him. Yeah, there's a good example of how that could work, yeah.
From kicking away both Naruto and Sai and finding Hashirama. The only reason I wouldn't use this to support the claim for Obito being able to do the same thing is that it's just Madara, and Madara seems to be a weird outlier for a lot of things in the series. Sometimes the normal just straight up doesn't apply to him, so if you want to apply it, go ahead, but this video I just won't be doing that. Kamui also may give you the feeling of landing a hit, even though in reality you didn't actually hit Obito. When Sasuke first encounters Obito and Deidara and attempts to blitz, he plows right through Obito and thinks he landed a hit,
yeah.
so he went down.
Because you would feel the sword, like, yeah.
Stands up. The alternate interpretation of this would be that Sasuke blitzed his own nerves. Last would just be that maybe it's something Obito can control, being that he can make it feel like you hit him, or make it feel like he's completely unfeelable. Light speed scaling in Naruto is a topic I've covered before on my channel, but I'm going to
don't think I've checked that out
again inevitably, as much as I don't want to. But we can just work through the different tiers and their relevance, as both Obito and Vader have arguable FTL or FTL plus scaling. Speed of sound is something that's long surpassed in Naruto to the point where it's not even worth mentioning. Getting back during the Chunin exams or throwing around sound attacks, and CM1 Sasuke was overpowering these people to the point where their tools were completely useless. Kakashi was the speed of lightning as a child. That's how the Chidori became the Raikiri, according to my guide, but we know that this is false on his part. While Kakashi did cut lightning with the Raikiri, it's actually a different jutsu from the Chidori, requiring a different amount of hand signs as well, as no longer having the 1000 birds chirping sound effect. Then obviously the next relevant tier of speed after lightning is relativistic or light speed, as I mentioned just a few moments ago. Both Obito and Vader can fit into these tiers, so let's just get into how. Since this is a cross-verse battle, I'm obviously going to have to use the best speed possible for the specific character,
from each.
and say that that's where they would be capped out at in terms of a speed tier, or where they could be reliably scaled based on maybe a multiplier or lack of effort put into said feat. Obito is able to react and activate Kamui in response to an assault attempt by the Raikage, who has a databook statement that he is, depending on the translation, either the speed of light or almost the speed of light. Neither of these matters, as regardless it wouldn't make this a light speed feat for Obito, just due to the amount of distance the Raikage has to travel, and without getting into calc territory, I think it'd be fairly disingenuous to not call this a sub-relativistic to relativistic feat for Obito and his Kamui reactions. However, that is only if you say the Raikage is light speed. I will be honest in saying the Raikage is depicted as being in V1 all throughout this.
They do make him out to be very, very fucking fast.
It doesn't point to any specific form of him. It just says that while using the lariat, you could rush at light speed or similar to light speed. This could be referring to his max power, that being V2. And another point to bring up is this page is pertaining to the lariat, which he isn't using on Obito here. He's only using a basic punch.
Yeah.
We'll apply this speed linearly for all of Obito's forms, yellow mask through white mask, as Obito doesn't perform any feats that would scale above this later on. With the Rinnegan, he should be some arbitrary amount faster, and with the Jubi in him, you could argue he gets a low ball of 10 times faster if you think that Sage Mode / Curse Mark Amp of 10 times applies linearly across all of your stats, and not just your power and reaction speed. I'll get into talking about Jubito's AP in a minute, because I've been talking about Obito for a while now, so let's get into scaling Darth Vader.
Yeah, so let's get some Vader scaling.
Fodder or mid-tier Jedi, they get them sub-relativistic plus through light speed, and possibly even massively faster than light. Starting off kind of light here with these statements, the Revenge of the Sith novel calls Obi-Wan's blade a blue wheel of lightning, which could be said as just figurative for Obi-Wan moving very fast, but if you want to take it as Obi-Wan has lightning speed tier combat speed, I think that's perfectly fine as well, considering other statements that we bring up later on in the section of this video. As mentioned at the start of the video, calcs will be included when scaling these characters, and this is another one from Obi-Wan during the Clone Wars. In this scene, Obi-Wan reacts to a literal laser beam, at least going solely off of just how they look. I think it'd be pretty disingenuous to say that these lasers aren't laser beams. However, However, the rest of the calc is completely up to you if you want to accept it, as it does have some eyeballing in it. The beam was fired from around 8
This is
meters
sick.
away from
Right, right.
Kenobi, assuming the beam is light speed or 299,000,000.
Damn, cool. I love it. Let's go.
158 meters per second. This gives us a time frame of about this many seconds.
Damn.
Kenobi is listed as being 1.82 meters tall, which is consistent with both of the original actors, Ewan McGregor and Alec Guinness's height,
Okay.
which is around 5'10". Knowing this, his arms travel about 0.3 meters. Using this equation here, the time frame given earlier gives us a speed of around 22,484,434 meters per second,
Wow.
or 7.5% the speed of light, giving us a sub-relativistic plus Obi-Wan Kenobi. However, even if you don't want to publish the calc that gives you the conclusion, it is still be true that Obi-Wan can react to light speed from this distance and fairly casually.
Yeah.
This next feat involves both Anakin and Obi-Wan, which I covered in my video on Obi-Wan Kenobi, that just straight up says they have superhuman reflexes to react to spaceships coming at them at a respectable fraction of the speed of light. Getting into the Kylo Ren versus Vader debate, just for a bit here, since the next speed feat involves Kylo Ren, I do believe Vader is stronger than Kylo Ren due to a number of statements, the most blatant among them being from the Book of the Sith, which was released extremely recently. The book is narrated from Palpatine's point of view, in which the Chosen One passage reads, "None in this galaxy has ever proved my equal in the dark side, but in the matter of the Force, there is one bloodline that can't be ignored, the Skywalkers. My most powerful apprentice, Darth Vader, was born a Skywalker. Though his darkness was feared across the galaxy, there remained a loathsome spark of the light that burned within him that he has failed to smother." Obviously, the point that needs to be focused on here in the statement is that Vader is Sidious's strongest.
He said strongest apprentice here.
Skywalker novelization, we learned that Sidious actually considers Kylo Ren his apprentice as well, saying to Kylo, "My boy, I made Snoke. I have been every voice you have ever heard inside your head," changing and morphing his voice from Snoke to Vader, then back to Palpatine. "I have been your master all along." This may sound like villain bantering, but Kylo actually confirms this earlier on in the novel passage.
Okay.
He says that he recognized Sidious's voice and that he had heard it his
Whole life,
So
right.
with Sidious being Kylo's real master, that makes Kylo in his eyes his apprentice. A category he says Vader is at the top.
He is the strongest,
The
yeah.
FTO feat from Kylo Ren also comes from the novelization of this movie. Kylo Ren enters light speed on his ship, or hyperspace, and instead of seeing the usual streaming stars of light speed like we always do whenever someone enters it, he sees a glowing red mesh of hexes. The novel says most pilots, while traveling faster than light for a while, use time to stretch, do some interior checks of maintenance, or even sleep. But Kylo didn't let his guard down. What makes this feat FTL is that Kylo Ren is reacting to and piloting this faster than light ship through this maze of debris and not crashing it at all as he navigates through it with extremely close and narrow passages. This feat doesn't even seem all that ridiculous when you consider the fact that Han Solo might also have a massively faster than light feat himself. And yes, I'm talking about Han Solo, a non-force sensitive galactic thug, is able to react to light speed when approaching the Starkiller base planet, saying that the shields surrounding the planet prevent anything moving slower than light.
It's really interesting when you actually start scaling it and putting numbers on it and that, and it's like, whoa,
There's
okay.
a calc for this that I'll leave linked in the description that puts it somewhere around massively faster than light plus. But
Whoa.
it is from Legends, but it uses the same logic as the Han feat. So yeah, if you want to take
Okay.
that, there it is. Also, towards the tail end of Rise of the Skywalker, literally everyone has to perform the same feat Kylo did to get past the planet to get to Exegol. So when you really get an entire verse of people, not even force-sensitive people, that can react to light speed movement, and like I mentioned earlier,
Yeah, the whole
Vader
verse
should
seems to
still
be...
above them all.
Damn.
This next part may be a bit out of place, but I do think I should explain the whole light speed travel or hyperspace in Star Wars, since a lot of people seem to think it's just fancy terminology for moving really fast. But no, the Star Wars book confirms that these ships are actually moving faster than light when they do this. They say they sort of move so fast that they hop into an alternate dimension, and to do it properly, you need to have a path set out so you don't crash your ship at the speed of light and unalive yourself and the rest of the
Unalive.
That should be all in terms of speed scaling for these two. Obito being around relativistic to a bit into FTL with the Judy inside of him. If you take the 10 times multiplier like I mentioned earlier, and Vader at FTL consistently due to Kylo Ren scaling, and MFTL at the highest
Damn.
using calc provided. Now you can't
So Vader's
put
faster.
Obito higher than this in his orange mask form if you say that Obito can move faster than Haku can between his mirrors, which it is stated Haku can go up to possibly the speed of light. as I went over in my Lightspeed Naruto video, it doesn't actually tell us the conditions for Haku reaching this speed, so it could be with a mental amp, and I couldn't find anything linking Obito being as fast as Haku can jump between his Lightspeed mirrors, because Haku between his mirrors has absolutely no anti-feats, so it was really hard for me to backtrack. But if you do want to scale it that way, I do acknowledge that you can't do it that way, and then it gets Obito a little bit faster. You can say he's speed of light, and then 10 times faster than the speed of light, so he would be FTL to FTL plus with the Jubi inside of him. Just to keep talking about Vader, since the AP size string sections of this video are fairly short and simple, let's go over Vader's scaling. As I mentioned in the previous section, Vader should be stronger than
Kylo,
or any other person I'm about to mention at this point. But let's just start at a simple statement from Vader himself. The power to destroy a planet is insignificant next to the power of the Force. This is almost as blatant as it gets, as telling the rest of the people in the room that this weapon they built is nothing to be all too proud of, essentially saying that you think this is impressive because you don't know how strong the Force is. This statement is fairly consistent as well. There are a number of statements that call Vader the Emperor's greatest weapon, or the greatest weapon to the dark side, and just to name a few, we have the summary of Star Wars Vader Dark Visions, saying Vader is the ultimate symbol of power and fear. The Star Wars Age of Rebellion passage also says something extremely similar. Darth Vader is the ultimate weapon of the Empire. Then yet another from Rebels Confidential, saying Vader is the ultimate instrument of the dark side. That's enough to get Vader to basic planet level, but let's take this a step further since all the statements say Vader is stronger than the Death Star. How strong is the Death Star?
This is interesting.
Luckily, we get to see a display of the weapon's power when it wipes Leia's homeworld of Alderaan off the map, which I'll leave this link in the description. It puts the speed for the Death Star around Dwarf Star level. But is this where Vader caps at? Not even. We can take this a step further when the First Order emerges in Star Wars Episode 7. We get to see their new Death Star-like doomsday device known as the Star Killer Base. And I'm sure you can tell from the name where I'm going with this, but just hear me out.
No.
According to the Resistance, this weapon is charged off a sun-like star. This is obviously going to get into calc territory, but once again, I'll leave it in the description. But it gets to the conclusion that a shot from this base would have large star levels of power, saying that a shot from Star Killer Base would have around 4.35 FOE in terms of energy. You need less than 1 FOE of energy to be large star level, around 760 tentatons, or 3.182 times 10 to the 42 joules of energy.
Jesus.
And Star Killer is outputting over 4 times these requirements. To get Vader to this scale, we're going to have to bring it back to Kylo Ren. The Star Wars book, that's the actual name of the book, says, free from pressure to live up to the Skywalker name, Ben takes on the moniker Kylo Ren and is given the new unrestrained purpose as the ultimate weapon of Snoke in the First Order. The destruction and loss of life caused by Kylo is matched only by the terrible legacy of his grandfather in the dark side, Darth Vader, giving Kylo deadly justification. This statement is almost as blatant as it gets, so I won't go too much further into detail here. Even if you think Kylo Ren is stronger than Vader, this just says they are both stronger than the Star Killer Base.
Yeah.
But let's move on to Obito's AP as the Jubi since his AP in any other form is irrelevant due to him being able
I feel like Vader's going to win this.
When it comes to Obito, there are a few ways to go about this. In Dead Book 3, it stated half of Kurama can easily turn the world to ash. I do not interpret this as Kurama being planetary, just that he can destroy all of society. But if you want to take it that way of him being planet level, then it gets really simple from there. Him plus or times all the Bichu combined into the ghetto statue make the Jubi. And since the Jubi is pure nature energy, you should be able to multiply this similar to Sage Mode, which being a Jubi Jinchuriki actually puts you into standard moderate. With this, you get an unquantifiably above 10 times greater than planet level Jubi Obito, obviously far below Darth Vader's level of AP. The other way to take this is saying Obito is universal because of a 4th data book statement of the Jubi created the universe. This statement is really weirdly interpreted, but the statement reads a fragment of the god tree that gave birth to the universe, the Ten Tails. The first way to interpret this is saying that the Ten Tails did this. However, the other way to interpret it is saying that the Ten Tails is part of the larger fragment of the god tree, and the god tree is what had created the universe, implying there is this one big god tree from however many years ago that created this Ten Tails. This is fairly in line with the canon, as we do get a statement in Boruto that Ten Tails are just seedlings, so I personally see nothing wrong with this interpretation. But like I said, you can't really determine either way, and it is being fairly generous saying the whole seedling concept was the thing in Naruto Part 2 when this data book counter to this argument would be that Obito obviously doesn't have complete mastery over the Jubi, the same way that Madara does, as well as not having a complete one. Obito, as everyone knows, was missing the 9 tails and 8 tails from his Jubi. He did not connect with it on the same level Madara
That is very true.
considering that their different outcomes when becoming a Jupiter Cherokee, as well as Obito was never able to fully manifest the third eye on his forehead. I don't have the time nor energy to go through every bad translation of every Naruto scan from the data book, so I chose these two since they're the main ones everyone uses, and some of them just straight up wouldn't matter in the case of Jubi Obito. So to quickly wrap up AP, we have Darth Vader consistently somewhere around Dwarf Star to Large Star level, which is in line with his statement of being able to destroy a planet being insignificant next to the power of the Force. Then we have Obito, who is not really concretely placed anywhere, but can be from planet level to universal. And I think planet level is fair, so we'll go with that one because it's not even
I think Darth Vader's got this, isn't he? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Vader is way, way, way stronger. But if you do think Obito is universal and the universal statements apply to this form of him, then obviously he would beat down Vader. GG, you can stop watching the video. For durability, this will be extremely brief. We'll assume durability equals AP for the forms of Obito that we didn't scale the AP of. We just know that he's much weaker than he is here. So if Vader can land a hit on Obito or grab him with the Force, Obito is most likely done for.
Yeah.
However, the same is true for Obito considering his basically one-shot ability. Keep in mind though, Obito's possession of Hashirama cells, this essentially means Vader is going to have to work extra hard to actually put Obito down.
Yeah, he's gonna really have to go at him because he can just keep healing.
His throat with the Force or even his heart isn't going to put Obito down. I'm not even sure if snapping his neck would work, to be honest. He's gonna have to be cut completely in half or something brutal along those lines like decapitation. Luckily, all these are tactics for Vader in character and other people in the Star Wars universe. Take note of when Vader is actually force choking someone.
Yeah.
He tends to use 2 fingers, less than 2 fingers, or not use his hand at all. In Rogue One, we see Vader use 2 fingers on Director Krennic during their meeting, but when he's
Which is
fighting
so sick.
in the hallway scene, Vader starts to choke and clenches his hand fully, showing he likely crushed this guy's throat. Which, like I said, is not something that's going to put Obito down, though it may disorient him for a bit, giving Vader time to do a decapitation, or something like Mace Windu versus Jango.
Yeah, Jango,
Or
yeah.
maybe like Darkseid Anakin versus Dooku, where he did just straight up cut his head off. Now to get into some of Vader's abilities, while Vader is primarily a lightsaber combatant, and most of the time
He can fight. He's very
he
capable.
still displays a lot of basic and advanced Force abilities like Force Sense, Dark Rage, or Dark Side Force Augmentation, telekinesis, and even telepathy. Even recently in the Obi-Wan show, we've seen Vader take on Reva and be winning without using a lightsaber at all. This is consistent with his master Darth Sidious or Emperor Palpatine, who prefers not to use lightsabers in combat and likes to rely on his dark side powers to win a fight. Although Vader does eventually defeat Reva via lightsaber, it's not his own, it's Reva's lightsaber just to humiliate her. Force Sense is the result of being able to tap into the Force. This allows a Force wielder to sense their surroundings, the presence or emotions of others, and even events of the future. Obi-Wan in Episode 4 even indicates that being in tune with the Force allows you to react to attacks automatically, even if they normally be faster than you. There are also numerous examples of the story of the franchise, like Obi-Wan being able to keep up with and respond to General Grievous, who is characterized as being much faster than him, as well as many others. More advanced Force wielders like Grandmaster Yoda and Darth Sidious can use abilities on a galactic scale, being able to sense entire shifts in the balance of the Force, or being able to discern current events happening planets away. Basically, being in tune with the Force is like Sage Mode from Naruto on steroids. Vader is also very adept in Dark Rage. The ability the Sith use to channel their emotions is full for power in combat. Combined with his basic connection to the Force, these abilities allow Vader to fight at superhuman speeds and easily perceive any enemies or threats around him. Vader also displays more advanced usage of the Force, especially with telepathy. Using the Force, Vader can invade a target's mind.
Yeah, he can manipulate how you're feeling whilst fighting you.
His presence alone has been known to make people feel physically cold. Vader can also use the Force to reinforce and protect his mind from any illusions or attempts of manipulation. And even if indicated in some sources that they are trying to do so, leaves an opponent's mind vulnerable and exposed to Vader. This means Vader can easily prevent or break any
Genjutsu, there we go. Right, yeah.
Potentially retaliate if Obito tries it in the first place. It also should be noted that while Vader reflections generated by his helmet lenses, which he bolsters with the Force. So Obito has no way to establish...
He can't use Genjutsu on me. Alright.
Like many other users, Vader also uses many different applications of telekinesis, like force pushes or pulls, force chokes and crushes, and even pyrokinesis and limited energy deflection. With his telekinesis, Vader can lift or throw around objects or enemies, even ones much larger than himself, like spaceships and land masses. Vader can also use the Force to crush...
This is what I was talking about at the start of the video, yeah.
Favorite abilities, which he can even use on the verge of death without his helmet, and even tear apart objects with the Force like he does to some droids in the comics. Vader can also use Force Wave, and even more...
Yeah, Vader's got this, hasn't he? My god. He's really got this.
Vader is also skilled with defensive applications of telekinesis, not only being capable of blocking or displacing attacks with telekinetic barriers, but he can also use this ability to block or manipulate fire, which will let him counter any fire style that Obito may use. He can also use Tutominus to a limited degree to block energy-based attacks like blaster bolts. So ultimately, Darth Vader has a wide arsenal with his Force abilities that can be used in any fight. Obviously, a lot of these abilities wouldn't help him against Obito's combo ability. For that, he's going to have to go for something more like a Force choke, like I mentioned earlier, to disorient Obito.
Yeah.
And then maybe get a hit on him with his lightsaber to actually get Obito out of the fight for good. But all in all, you have Obito scaling to around faster than light plus with the Jubi inside of him. But with the Jubi inside of him, Obito doesn't have nearly enough AP to be able to take Vader down. So that one is more than likely a Vader W, even if you do say that they are relative because of the fast and the light scaling, or Vader's even higher because of the massively fast and light scaling. Then in Orange Mask, if you say they're around relative, you more than likely get an Obito W out of that, unless he tries to use Genjutsu or something, which I did mention earlier Vader can retaliate against. But if you go with the higher scaling for Vader, like massively fast and light plus, he's more than likely just going to completely speed blitz Obito and put him down before Obito can even blink or think about that happening. That's also, like I said, only if you accept the fact that Obito scales above Haku going through his mirrors, which, like I said, I couldn't find any proof.
Yeah, if you can't find anything that like proves that, then
Want to accept something like that, but like I said, we can't really prove it either way. Anyway, I know it took me like 8 months to get this video out. Sorry about that.
Damn.
But if you did enjoy it, which I hope you did.
Yeah, that's class. That was really good.
Leave a like on the video and subscribe as well. The next video like this will be Naruto versus Saitama. But as always, have a nice day.
Naruto versus Saitama. Interesting. Cool. Yeah, those bosses. I really like that. Like, it's nice to see. I've only just got a Disney Plus account. I haven't watched any of Obi-Wan, so that's spoiled a little bit for me. But never mind. But yeah, it does seem like Darth Vader wins that. Which, you know, the calcs and everything. I love that. Like, I like that in Seth's videos where he actually gets the calculations and you're just like numbers and that. It's like, wow. So that's good. Yeah, awesome. Thank you to my patrons. If you want to have your name at the end of every video I upload, link in the description to the Patreon page. $1 a month is all I ask to help support the channel. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you guys very much for that. And thank you all for watching. What do you guys think of that? What do you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave comments down below. Let me know what I should watch and discuss in future videos. I'll see you guys next time.